Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know as you jumpstart your day. I'm Gerard de la Peña. Kuwait halts the issuance of entry and work visas for Filipinos. The possible reason for the Philippines' supposed violation of the labor agreement between the two countries. Recall that in February, the Philippine government implemented a deployment ban to Kuwait for first-time Filipinos following the gruesome death of OFW Julie B. Ranara in the hand of her Kuwaiti employer. DFA Undersecretary for Migrant Workers Affairs Eduardo de Vega says this could have been the reason behind the visa suspension. De Vega says they are now working to resolve the issue while maintaining diplomatic relations between the two countries. Because of Kuwait's decision, only Filipinos with residence visas may enter the Gulf state. President Marcos has returned to the Philippines after attending what he described as a successful 42nd ASEAN Summit in Indonesia. In the plane ride home, Marcos told reporters that he asked Indonesia President Joko Widodo to review the case of jailed OFW Mary Jane Veloso, who is currently on death row due to alleged drug trafficking. Marcos says the Indonesian government vowed to re-examine the case. Marcos also told the media he was able to speak with Vietnam's Prime Minister on issues relating to Vietnam fishing vessels that have also been spotted in the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. Marcos says Vietnam and the Philippines have agreed to conduct talks to reach an agreement and avoid any disputes. Some names are already being floated as possible additional members of the Marcos cabinet. That comes after the president confirmed that there will be a reorganization of his cabinet following the one-year appointment ban on those who ran in the 2022 elections. Marcos Jr. noted that he has already evaluated officials who have performed well during his first year in office. He adds that he will be picking additional cabinet members from among competent individuals who lost in the May 2022 polls. Speaking to the big story, Ronald Llamas, former political advisor to the late ex-president Noynoy Aquino, says there's an immediate need to fill up posts of three active active agencies. These are the Health, Defense, and Agriculture departments.
So, mukhang dun sa Department of National Defense, ang lumalabas na pangalan ay si ex-Secretary Gibo Teodoro na tumakbong senador sa slate ni President Marcos. Sa Department of Health naman ay may lumalabas din na pangalan, si Dr. Mingita Padilla and a few more. No? Yung sa Department of Agriculture, mukhang kinakailangan na rin ni President Marcos na mag-appoint dahil isa sa mga importanteng ahensya natin ay yung Department of Agriculture. Kinakailangan talaga niya ng full-time Agriculture Secretary.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Gerard de la Peña. Some bad news for Meralco customers. You have to shell out a little more this month as the power distributor announced an increase in electricity rates. Meralco announced that there will be an almost 18 centavo per kilowatt hour increase in power rates. The rate of 11 pesos and 31 centavos last April become almost 11 pesos and 50 centavos this month. Households that consume 200 kilowatt hours monthly will see a 35 peso increase in their bills. But this might not be the end of it. Meralco says rate increases could likely go on beyond June. Higher demand and lower supply due to lower amount of rainfall and lingering heat brought about by the El Nino phenomenon could also make power rates much more expensive.
Kung matuloy yung El Nino, depending on its severity, so yun yung dalawang impact na pwedeng mataas pa rin ang temperature, which will affect consumption or the demand side of the equation, and then pwedeng affected yung hydro plants with less rainfall, which will affect the supply side naman ng equation.
State and local universities and colleges are seeking an increase in tuition and miscellaneous fees. Commission on Higher Education Chairman Prospero de Vera told senators that some of them have passed board resolutions for tuition hikes. He explained that the 5-year moratorium on tuition increase already lapsed in 2022. De Vera also
Pero mas malaking papadating na problema, Mr. Chair.
Ano yan?
The 5-year moratorium on SOOKs and LOOKs that they can not increase their tuition actually lapsed in 2022. So the SOOKs now, many of the SOOKs have already passed board resolutions to increase their tuition rates.
De Vera also disclosed that some SUCs are asking CHED to pay over 2 billion pesos in total as the funding provided to them was not enough. He said many students have transferred to public schools amid the COVID-19 pandemic.
The collectibles being claimed by the SOOKs is already more than 2 billion pesos. Mr. Chair, we do not have that kind of money in CHED. We send it to DVM, Mr. Chair, because we cannot act on it. We do not know whether it is correct or not because we are not the ones that determine whether these amounts will be reimbursed. So that is the bigger storm that is coming, Mr. Chair.
Gilas Pilipinas suffers a shocking 79-68 loss versus Cambodia in the men's basketball tournament at the 32nd Southeast Asian Games. It was the first time in memory that the Cambodians beat the Filipinos in SEA Games basketball. The last time Gilas men were defeated at the group stage of the biennial meet was in 1997 or over 2 decades ago. Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas Chairman Emeritus Manny V. Pangilinan expressed his disappointment. In a tweet, he described the game as, quote, disgraceful and asked the SBP what happened. On to some good news. Gilas Pilipinas women defeated Singapore 94-63, giving the team a 2-0 win-loss record. The Philippines women volleyball team also beat Singapore in straight sets during a do-or-die game. Eric Ray, meanwhile, claimed his 6th SEA Games gold after dominating the men's 400-meter hurdles event. The Philippines remains on the 6th spot in the medal tally with 143 medals, 27 of which are gold. Vietnam is leading with 58 gold medals, followed by Cambodia, Thailand, Indonesia, and Singapore. And that's it for this hour. Join us again at 7:45 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Gerard de la Peña. We are One News, all sides, all the time.